Have you ever snapped into a KitKat and just stopped and wondered about it? I mean, it's one of the most famous candy bars on the entire planet. But it turns out it's holding this incredible, delicious secret right there in its center. Today, we're going to uncover the surprisingly clever story that's hiding between those chocolatey wafer layers.
Okay, so first things first. To really get why this secret is so cool, you have to appreciate the sheer scale we're talking about here. This is not some small-time operation. This is a global manufacturing marvel. Get this number in your head. 8 million. That's how many KitKat bars are made every single day. It's just a mind-boggling amount of candy. A truly staggering number. And that right there leads us to the big question. When you're making that many so fast, how on earth do they make sure they're all perfect? How is every single bar you buy so consistently crispy and delicious? Well, the answer isn't in the perfect ones. It's in what they do with the ones that aren't.
So, to figure this out, we gotta look inside the bar itself. Let's break it down into its two most essential parts. Let's call them the heart and the soul. So the heart is that crispy, structured wafer, right? It's what gives it that famous snap. It's super consistent, totally predictable. But the soul, the soul is that creamy chocolate filling sandwiched between the wafers. And that is where the real magic and the secret is hiding. Because that creamy filling, the very soul of the KitKat bar, it has a whole story of its own. All right, it is time to reveal what is really going on inside that chocolate bar. Let's pull back the curtain on one of the absolute cleverest tricks in the entire candy industry. So what is that filling actually made of? You might think it's just some kind of chocolate cream or something simple, but the real answer is way more interesting and honestly a lot more efficient. The secret ingredient is more KitKats. No, I'm not kidding. The creamy, delicious filling that's nestled between the wafers of a perfect KitKat is literally made from other, imperfect KitKats that got pulled off the production line. Absolutely nothing goes to waste. And this brilliant system, it's actually got a name. They call it the KitKat Loop. It's this incredible, self-sustaining cycle that's just as clever as it is delicious. And here's exactly how it works. The whole process is actually beautifully simple. So any bars that come off the assembly line with tiny flaws, maybe too many air bubbles, a little crack, maybe not quite enough wafer, they're just pulled aside. Then they get ground down into this super fine, smooth paste. And that paste becomes the new creamy filling for a whole new batch of bars, layered between fresh, perfect wafers. Now you gotta understand, this is not about cutting corners or being cheap. This is about ingenious design. It's just an incredibly smart solution that solves a bunch of problems all at once, creating what you could call a true cycle of perfection. I mean, just think about the benefits here. For one, it's crazy sustainable. There's practically zero product waste. And two, it totally guarantees that signature KitKat taste and texture are exactly the same from bar to bar, because the filling is literally made of the final product. It's an absolute masterclass in manufacturing efficiency. There's this fantastic phrase that just sums it all up perfectly. A cycle of reclaimed perfection. See, it's not about recycling waste. It's about taking something that was almost perfect and using it to create something that is perfect. So the next time you have a break, you'll know the secret story hiding inside. It's a story of incredible efficiency, of sustainability, and this clever little loop that just keeps the KitKats coming. Which really only leaves one last question for you to think about. Does knowing the secret actually make your next KitKat taste even better?